Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what's feeling like a regular job. Brett Parbury. I don't know what we're going to do next week. There's no crew here, there's no people here. Second last night of the Daily Wrap. Great to have you with us.
Second last day of the show. Everyone's a little tired, but I tell you, there's no disappointed people. Everyone has enjoyed themselves immensely at the show.
A privilege and an honour joining us here this evening, the man behind the entire thing here at Willinga Park, Mr. Terry Snow. Thanks for taking some time out and joining us again this evening.
Pleasure, Tim.
Now, Terry, I wanted to get you on the panel. Last night we had a happy hour with the riders, very well received, and you started to have a little bit of a conversation about your thoughts on the administration of Equestrian Australia and where you think the direction of the sport is going, not just dressage, but the sport in general. And I thought it was so interesting that come and join us again tonight, mate. Tell us your thoughts.
Well, I suppose last night it was in a bit more of a lighter vein than you asked me to present this evening. But it seems to me that we do have troubles in the industry at the moment, and it is because of the duplicated six-state system, and it's causing problems and a great deal of expense. The point, the observation I made the other evening was that a lot of this could be administered by either one state or another. One state might want to collect the fees or the dues, someone else might like to prepare some financial accounts, or in fact one state do one particular task, and if each state wants to feel, wants to pull its role or be part of it, they could take on a separate function within the organisation. But it did occur to me in that maybe we see a lot of Queenslanders here interested in dressage, that maybe Queensland might like to take the lead on dressage and run the dressage events, organise the venues right through Australia. We do have telephone here. I understand they get internet in Queensland. We certainly get it as far away as Tasmania, I'm told. So it wouldn't be beyond the wit of man to organise that. Most other businesses in Australia seem to be able to do it. And things like collecting cash or whatever, it could be easily done in one centralised office and save enormous amounts of money. When you consider that, you know, here in Australia we have a four-star event in Adelaide, and it's necessary for the whole of the New South Wales office to troop off to Adelaide to see the four-star events in Adelaide. Airfares, taxis, accommodation, food, away for a 2-3 day jolly. I'm always bemused to want to know what they do in Adelaide, but I'd like to know what Adelaide does when they come to Sydney. Maybe there's something else they can do. But joking aside, I think if each state was responsible for one aspect of the sport and split it up in that way, and nothing really for the federal body to do but to organise a convention once a year where they could come along and throw pies at each other. And that gets the aggro all sorted out because they like to fight. They've demonstrated that and they can't get on. So a good pie fight at, say, the Hilton Hotel and plastic on the floor, let the administration and the executive get on with a pie fight, and let Queensland run dressage, New South Wales run show jumping, Victoria do eventing, and you know, I think show horses could go to perhaps Tasmania, and South Australia could just get busy and run their beautiful four-star event, and Western Australia provide us with a president to come along and supervise and award points for the pie fight. And I think that if we did that, I think we'd find that EA would prosper and grow and have more money for the athletes.
Which is, at the end of the day, what we want. You know, it's all well and good to have programs and administration, but if we don't have athletes, we don't have a sport.
Correct. And I think there is a role for senior EA members, is that to help the junior members locate horses and provide facilities for these different events.
And without the athletes and the horses and the facilities, and whether we have a pie fight or not, it makes me have a bit of a chuckle. But we're almost at that point, aren't we, Pubs? You know, like, this is a point where we're almost at a point of no return.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a dysfunctional organisation that can't help but just pull each other apart, heavily emphasised on a state level, rip up the constitution, start again, build a central board that has control over all strategic direction.
Let the disciplines, I think what Terry's, let the disciplines run the disciplines. Is that not what we're saying,
I
Terry?
think so, yes.
Like, why, when I sit on a board, and I sit on the EA Jumping Committee board, my interest is personally in show jumping, although I've had a great time here with the dressage, but why not let the passionate show jumpers look after the show jumping, the passionate dressage players look after the dressage? If we can get to that point, maybe, just maybe, we can then all start singing for that common goal and look out when we get to Paris.
Tim, it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. It needs to be sorted out. We have all this infighting, all of these special general meetings, sack this member, get rid of that member. It's a revolving door of board members. It needs to be cleaned up. New constitution, central board, strategic direction coming from the board. Watch the smart money invest, because it's out there, but the smart money, the investors, the sponsors will not touch Equestrian Australia as it stands.
That's right. I think you can say that at the moment it's toxic. And why would you want to walk into a toxic environment? People who want to put money into sport want to, first of all, think that they can get a stake in a horse that might represent Australia or the country. That's number one. Secondly, they'd want to support a young rider and to help them achieve their goals. So that'll be the two driving forces for any sponsor. It drove me to sponsor a number of riders, and that's what I want to do. I want to see them excel in the sport. But when they self-destruct and fight amongst themselves, I just despair, and I just wonder what I'm doing here, because there's other things that these sponsors can do in their lives other than put up with this. I mean, here we are today. I mean, we've been given excuses that some of the EA Australia is very busy in Sydney, but there's 2 days left of this event, and we haven't seen too many of them down here. And why have they been coming in? They've been around talking to the young riders, talking to the horse owners, talking to the sponsors, and trying to get people to get in and support their sport. They haven't been talking to me as an infrastructure provider, and this is a big sponsorship. And then they wonder why they struggled with in Sydney SIAC for so many years. And it wasn't until some of the riders put their shoulder to the wheel that we got the New South Wales government to put money in there. But that shouldn't have been a problem. So, we're not going about this in an intelligent way. And but maybe if the management, if a good pie fight once a year gets it off their chest, we'll let them have their pie fight, and then let's get on and run the sport.
Well, the doors are open here tomorrow. We would invite any of our administration to come down and see us. We're only 2-hour drive from Canberra, 3-hour from Sydney. There's planes flying into both of those areas on a regular basis, and if they fly into Canberra, they might get treated to a lovely airport as well, Terry.
Well, they could, Tim, yes, as it turns out.
But Terry, thank you so much for coming along tonight. Thank you for what you've done for the sport, because for all the infighting, your passion, your drive, I mean, it's why I left where I was working to come and join you, because I just admire your passion and for what you've done, not just for Brett Parbury, but there's a huge list of riders that you continually support, and what you've done for each and every one of those riders and the industry, I believe is unheard of in my lifetime, and you are honestly a once-in-a-lifetime person.
Yeah, well, we've got these fantastic young riders here. Let's get behind them, support them, get them horses, buy horses for them, get training for them, get the support they need to go along and develop their talents, and we can do it when we've got some fantastic talent here.
Well, Brett, Terry came to me a couple of weeks ago when he got home from having gone to WEG in Tryon, and he said, Tim, they've got this amazing scoring system. It's interactive, it's live, the scores are for the dressage on the wall before the horses leave the arena, and I want it here, so make it happen. So we went and found them. Angus Wright is an amazing gentleman. He's pulled it off, the first ever paperless CDI in the Southern Hemisphere. Let's see how it all comes together.
So my name is Angus Wright. I'm the Australian representative for Black Horse One. So Black Horse One is an IT solutions company. It was created by Daniel Golan, a German who was brought in by Katrina Wurst, the 5-star judge from Germany to develop the freestyle degree of difficulty system. And they worked together to develop that system and how it would work from a technical point of view. And from there it's grown on to cover all aspects of scoring, both spectator judging and now with e-dressage. So far the response here, as with other places in the world, has been extremely positive. We've had great feedback from the riders, the judges, all involved, and in terms of the transparency. The riders love the fact that they get their sheets and they have all their comments and all their marks all grouped together. There's no need to flip through sheets, see different ones. It's all typed out, so there's no trouble deciphering handwriting or anything like that. So the competitors find that incredibly useful for when they go back to review their tests. Also the judges find it fantastic because they get their trend on the computer at the end of the competition. Before the next rider comes in, they have their score from that rider that they can then keep their own records of. A few of them were a little bit nervous, confronted rather at first about the score coming straight up on the screen afterwards, but I think that they really quickly grew to enjoy that aspect of it, the spontaneity of how quickly their score would come up on the big screen after the competition, before the riders even left the arena. Well, I think, dressage has always struggled from the point of view that it's a sport that is very much a sport where, those that are in the know what's going on, and newcomers to the sport are sort of going, what's going on here, what's happening. And the great thing about e-dressage is that this is stuff that we can share. The live stream has throughout the entire event been broadcasting the live trend and the sum or the total from each of the judges for each movement. So they've been able to see in real time what each rider is getting. And I think that really helps to promote the image and understanding of what's happening in dressage.
It has been so wonderful to have Angus and his team, to Catherine, to Sarah and to Zoe behind the scenes that have made this event run smoothly. In fact, Jayden Brown, welcome to the panel, but mate, you've been doing some scoring this week as well.
Just a little bit for the young rider class. It was a bit of a change of pace for me.
Mixed it up. I know you like sitting down when you don't have to ride, so perfect job, hey?
I think so. I might do a bit more next time.
Hey, Parbs, of course, having Terry here was a great honour, and business continued on today, and the competition has been unreal again, and we're seeing a real lift in these riders. Horses may be getting a little tired, but competition's been strong.
Very strong, and if there's one person that I know what the back of him and his horse looks like, it's this guy, because I've followed him around every victory lap since he arrived. So Jayden's dominating again.
Well, that's why we got him on tonight, because he obviously can ride horses. We want him to help us analyse all our classes today. We kicked off today with the CDIY competition, and Lindsay Ware, she's a fierce competitor, had a great freestyle, a great competition. It wasn't freestyle there tomorrow, but a lovely combination, this pair.
Very nice. Shanann Goodwin's horse, Aristida, only sold in November last year to Lindsay. Lindsay's showing that she's taking no time to get used to him. What a wonderful horse, and what a wonderful opportunity for Lindsay to learn the ropes at this level.
And Jayden, it's so good seeing good horses like Shanann Goodwin's horse sold to young riders. That's what keeps the industry ticking along.
Absolutely. It can be quite difficult selling good FEA horses in this country, so it is nice when you can produce a really talented and well-trained horse, and it gets to continue on its career with a younger rider and continue in the sport.
What I love about dressage, and I'm going to go back to the show jumping fraternity with it, is the under 25s. There's a really good stepping stone. We have juniors, we have young riders, but to go to the under 25 competition, I think it's a really good next step for our riders. And we saw Sarah Faraway run second today to the untouchable Gemma Heron. She's doing the Jayden Brown of the second week.
And look, these horses are all established Grand Prix horses sold or bought, by young riders. So these horses are doing their job at this level to bring those riders on, and they're doing a great job. That was a tough class. Again, the CDI
under 25,
U25 Grand Prix.
And then this horse, Jayden, it's a powerhouse, isn't it?
I actually said to Gemma that I'm just jealous. I think everybody wants to have a sit on this horse, but she's doing a really good job, and it's not hard getting on such a big moving horse and making it look easy getting around a Grand Prix test.
In the presentation, I asked her how she thought she was going to go in the freestyle tomorrow, and her words were she feels confident, quietly confident, but that's always nice, isn't it, Brett?
Very nice. Her father flew in today, Tim, in a helicopter. He's come all the way. He doesn't come to many shows, Gemma's father, so it's great to see him fly in. He flew in, came watch Gemma, was there for the victory lap.
He's actually liked the accommodation so much, and they are going to be available next year and at our next events coming up. The pavilions that we have here, he's actually staying overnight, so he's going to be here tomorrow for the freestyle as well, which is a great credit to Willinga that we can keep Mr. Heron here and keep him away from his work.
Yeah, I mean, he's bought the horse for his daughter, and he's putting into the sport, like Terry Snow and Lauren, putting into the sport, and that's what we need people to do, to take the sport forward. That's what we need people to do.
Well, part of the series that we have here at Willinga this year is Meet the Stars of Willinga Park. So let's go meet two of them, Dirk Dykstra and Sheridan Ashwood.
Hi, I'm Dirk Dykstra. I'm from Skye in Victoria, and I'm riding the Stallion AEA Metallic at the first ever 4-star dressage event in Australia at Willinga Park. Metallic is a very special horse to me. I found him in 2005 in Holland, and I've looked at about 80 horses, and I saw him, and 2 minutes later I said, that's the one. He came to Australia, we went through all the ranks from novice up to Grand Prix. I knew when you get to my age the dreams fade a little bit. I've had a wonderful run competing and training, and to ride here at Willinga Park, that was really something really special.
Sheridan Ashwood from Lambs Valley, New South Wales, originally from Queensland. So I have two horses here. This is Ashwood's Chocolate Fondue, which is my young stallion. And he is actually the son of my Grand Prix horse, Ferrero Chocolate Box, which I just competed in the Inter 2. Oh, I've been riding since I was 5 years old. I am always been a very hungry competitor. Very hungry for top sport. I like to keep producing horses at top sport level. I used to do show jumping and eventing, and now I love the challenge of the dressage. Like it pushes me and it makes me become more hungry for the sport.
It's been so nice to meet our stars. Of course, keep an eye on our Facebook page. These are the guys and girls that are competing in our 4-star competition, which of course is the end of our 4-star Dressage by the Sea 2019. Tomorrow afternoon from 2:05, you can catch all the action here on our live stream, and it's going to be an amazing event. But gentlemen, before we get to this event, we've let you have your say against him for a number of days. Jaden Brown in the intermediate one freestyle competition today. Michelle Baker gave you a run for your money, but to be honest, 4.5, nearly 5% in front, you really did streak the field.
I was on a bit of a mission to improve from last week. We didn't quite finish with our music, so I think we nailed that part, so no complaints today.
Interesting what health can do, this lady Michelle. She was crook the other day, finished 7th, clawed away back up today, Pubs, and a very strong finish for second. We're sort of calling them the winner bar, Jaden.
It's like the Winx out class, isn't it? It's the Jaden out class. Who's the next winner? Michelle has done a great job. I've never seen Puccini look so good. He looks fabulous, he looks secure, and I know Michelle's working for Grand Prix now, and it won't be long and that horse will be in the Grand Prix ranks.
78% from our 5-star judge Eddie DeWolf today for your test, mate. That's a huge accolade.
Yeah, no, I wanted to go over 75 today, and we did that, so I'm just really happy that he's finished his part of the competition fit and healthy, and probably doing his best test at the end of 2 weeks.
We said today in the interview, you know, can we dare to dream? Is Tokyo, is it on the radar?
It's definitely on the radar, but I think you just wait and see. It's a big step from having a little bit of the Grand Prix movements to actually doing a Grand Prix test. So we've got a lot of work to do if that's to be a reality. So the horse will tell us what he's ready for.
What's his age now?
He's only 8, so this is his first proper competition at Small Tour. And I think he deserves a little bit of time to get used to the level and used to this type of competition life.
Really, Brett, as an 8-year-old, this horse, we probably shouldn't even be dreaming Tokyo. We probably should be looking at the next World Championships, wherever they are, whether it's a WEG or whether it's a World Dressage Championships. What the FEI does, we're not quite sure, but he's got plenty of time and fuel in the tank.
Like Jayden said, the horse will he'll tell these guys where he's at and where he's up to. It would be great going forward to Paris, the Olympics in Paris, to have a horse like Da Vinci in the mix after having 2 years at Grand Prix or more to be established at the level. So World Championships into the following Olympics couldn't be better. Couldn't be better placed.
And Jayden, I mean, we said it with, and I saw him again today, Dave McKinnon was on the panel the other night, Brett was saying it as well. I think by you being back from Europe and England, what you've done is you've pushed all these other riders so hard to go home and train harder, and that's a great thing. But what we don't want is you to get complacent now, which I know how competitive you are. That's not going to happen.
Well, I'm off to my next show next weekend, so have to get the young horses at home out, so I don't think I'll be getting complacent anytime soon.
In a brand new truck, they tell me as well. The horse transporter will be leaving here, and Luis, one of our wonderful traders, has had a great time. And that's again what shows are about. You can watch it at home, but you don't quite get the whole atmosphere by being here.
No, that's right. The traders are doing well here, and not a big crowd, but all the crowds are engaging with the traders, and the trade village is beautifully set out. The ambience around the property is just giving people the inspiration to spend money.
Well, 2 more classes for you boys to review. We go on now to the advanced, and Harvey Beasley had a great test. He finished second by 0.4 of a difference, and that's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Harvey would be thrilled with that. I mean, he is probably the only person up in his camp that hasn't had the sickness, the little bug that's going around. So he's feeling quite lucky. So to finish it with a second in this, well, he'll be thrilled.
And then Michelle Baker steps it back up. Kelly is a great supporter. I called her the wrong name the other night. I haven't lived that down. The good thing is that they're all watching our wrap-up shows, and we know. But this horse here too, another class act, and she's a class rider.
Very much so.
I haven't actually seen a lot of this horse going, but I was watching her other horse just schooling the other day, and I thought she's a really top rider, and I'm actually quite interested to see more of this horse.
And as a combination, we look forward to where they bring. Well, the class, of course, that we were watching today, a little light on numbers, a lot of riders feeling the strain of a couple of weeks of competition, but the Grand Prix special, the 4-star CDI class, and it was great to see Dirk in there. He's that fighter, been here for a number of years, and he's just a character, isn't he?
Warhorse. You know, he's been around. He was there to start the sport. He was one of the instigators of they created the Australian Equestrian Academy, AEA, and here he is back in the Grand Prix, and there he is second. I mean, that's fantastic. He's come all the way from Melbourne, come second in the special.
And great prize money. But then, Jayden, we saw the young gun here, Mary Warren. She's been knocking on the door all week long. She wins the special today, and she feels she's got another gear for tomorrow.
And I think she probably does. I saw her freestyle last week, and it's certainly a good one, so I'll be interested to see what she brings out tomorrow.
Like yourself, she's fiercely competitive. I was talking to her today, and I said, how are you feeling for the special, for the freestyle tomorrow? And she said, I've been back, I've been going over it, I've reviewed it, and I think I can do better.
I think she will.
That's the strength of the new generation. They love watching video. They love analysing them. They're a little better at technology than us older guys, you know, and they're hungry.
And I think we need to embrace technology. You know, we really need to grasp what we can. I mean, how privileged have we been here this week that every test that has been done here in our main arena can be rewatched on the live stream, which that's just giving us a whole new scope. Go and suss out the competition. Go and see why a rider got a 76 today. Go back and rewatch Jayden's test. See what you can learn from it. Try and emulate that for your training. I think that's what we've got to do as a sport.
Very true.
Jayden, now, tomorrow, do you get a bit of a rest day?
2 young horses on tomorrow, so no rest just yet, and then we'll start the long drive home. But yeah, I'm focused to try to get another one on Brett if I can help it in the 5-year-old class. So we'll see. But
do I need to come and stand in the middle of you two boys?
No.
Brett, of course, the 5-year-old class tomorrow down in the Otto Arena. The lovely mare of ours, Willinga Park Emotion. That's right, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Willinga Park Emotion. She pipped him today. Can she do it again tomorrow?
I hope so. I mean, she's technically 4.5. Like, she's not quite mature. I mean, Jason's horse is as well, because they're a little bit younger than the Australian horses, the European horses. She has been a little bit slow maturing, so I'm very careful not to push her too hard. But the judges love her. She's a very elegant type, and she's quite elastic in the way she moves, and So I'm quietly confident, but you can never write this guy off. I mean, he did a great job today in the 5-year-olds.
Well, gents, just before we finish up, I'll start with you, Brett. Without notice, who's your pick tomorrow? The 4-star class, who's going to come home with the prize package, with the win and the FEI rider points as well?
My money goes to, it's going to be between Sue Hearn, Rosie Ryan, flip a coin, Rosie Ryan.
Jayden?
I'd probably have to agree, I think.
Oh, don't, come on,
I
give me
didn't see
something a
many
bit
of
more
the,
than that.
many of the Grand Prix, but I think Rosie Ryan is she's an operator and she can produce horses to Grand Prix time and time again. So I think, yeah, she would be my pick.
Because I know absolutely very little, I was going to say nothing, but I do know a little bit now about dressage. But the one I'd love to see go well, her mum has been watching on from Europe. Mary Hannah has been tuned in to everything that Geeta's been doing. She's been following the live stream, and I'd love to see Sunset do well tomorrow. Wouldn't it be great? What a great end to an amazing story with that combination. And it's wonderful that Geeta's getting the opportunity, and, you know, to throw a roughie into the mix, what a fairy tale that'd be.
It would be. Good horse, and she's a very good rider, so you cannot write them off. I mean, they're only one clear test away from a great result.
Well, all will be told tomorrow afternoon, 2:05 on the live stream. We kick off with the second ever CDI 4-star. Repeat the call again. If any of our EA administration want to come down, I can get you VIP tickets at the last minute. We'd love to have you here. And don't be shy, we don't buy it. It's a beautiful place. It's going to be a great afternoon of entertainment. And of course, young horse classes in the Otto Outdoor Arena tomorrow morning as well. All the action's going to be amazing. Gents, Jayden, thank you for taking time out of eating pizza tonight to come and join us. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
And Parbs, for 7 nights, you and I have been chewing the fat over the sport of dressage. I almost feel like I know what I'm talking about, maybe just a little bit.
You're getting there, you're getting there. The lingo's coming, mate. One more day and you'll be fine.
No more spinny things in the middle of the arena. We actually call them all sorts of things. Well, it's been a pleasure, and we look forward. Hope you can join us tomorrow. Competition kicks off just after 9 o'clock. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and we hope you can join us for our final wrap tomorrow night here from Willinga Park.